What is up, guys? So the NBA season has officially begun as of yesterday, last night, and this is gonna be the start of me, just giving my opinion on games and recaps. NFL, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do NFL's all the NBA games. I'm gonna be recapping. I'm trying to work on a blog possibly so that I could incorporate everything. So, because Instagram, when I would post like recaps of games and stuff, it wouldn't let me go over a certain limit. So, I think this is just my best way of talking, or possibly, I'm still looking into a blog right now. So, that's probably going to be my main source of like writing and typing and stuff. But as of right now, talking to a microphone on a camera, it's going to be my main way of giving my opinion on games and stuff. And yeah, so only 2 games yesterday, and I know there's a few games going on today. Not a few, but more than just 2 yesterday. So today, this is going to be the longest pod. So I'm going to talk about Nuggets, Lakers, and then Suns, Warriors, those are my picks for the I think that those 4 teams are going to be the last 4 standing in the West when it comes playoff wise. I think Suns versus Nuggets are going to be the Western Conference Finals, but that's a long ways away. It's only game 1 of 82, and then you know how many games there are in the playoffs. So we're going to start off. I did not watch the Lakers game, but my boy Kevin, shout out Kevin, he told me it wasn't worth it because Nuggets just played better basketball. I'm looking at stat sheet and box score right now, and Lakers didn't ever like really put up the fight. They did outscore the Nuggets second and third quarter, but for the most part, it was Nuggets who did what needed to be done. I'm looking at stats. I know Jokic had a triple-double. Looking for another MVP season, which he should have got last year, in my opinion. Ever had a triple-double, 29, 13, 11. Jamal Murray, Jamal Murray's going to do Jamal Murray things. I was talking about how I want him to play the same style of basketball in the regular season. Even though they were a 1 seed last year, I would love for him to play that playoff basketball in the regular season. KCP had a 20 ball. KCP is going to have to basically just him and Bruce Brown were like the wings, I guess. And he's just basically taking over Bruce Brown's spot because Bruce Brown came up in the finals and had a really good run, but now he's with the Pacers, so I think KCP is going to get the shots that he was getting. Aaron Gordon, he's going to get his 15 to 17, about 6, 7, 8 rebounds a game. I think that's his stat line this season. Might be more than that. I just got to see if that jumper, there's always been that jumper, he can knock it down, but once he gets to that point where he can knock it down without hesitation, to the point where teams have to respect it, then he could be a 20-point per game scorer for all I care. MPJ had 12 and 12. He gonna hit them threes. He gonna rebound. He gonna defend. Hey, my boy Reggie Jackson finally getting playing time. No, he didn't really play that much in the playoffs last year, but he did break LeBron. But before I even go to the Lakers stats, I'm going to talk about how Anthony Davis still is not the best player on the Lakers. With LeBron aging, AD has to come around, and he had 0 points in the second half, 17 in the first. I know that for a fact. If the Lakers want to have any success this year, Anthony Davis has to be the best player on that team. Can't be LeBron at 40. I'm just being real. Yeah, so look at stats. So even Torian Prince outscored him. A guy like Rui not getting playing time. I don't know how this team's gonna work out. I said I think they're gonna be a playoff team, but I was talking about them being one of the final 4. I think Kings might be that 4th, if that even works out with the seeding. But Yeah, Torian Prince 18, LeBron 21, 80, 17, D'Lo 11, Austin Reeves 14 and 8, and the rest was basically. I also feel like if the Lakers want to do something this season, Cam Reddish, I know. Where is Gabe Vincent on this stat sheet? Okay, Gabe Vincent has 6, but for what they brought him in for, he needs to do more. I think that this Lakers team, this was a punch in the gut as they have lost 5 in a row going back to last season with an improved roster to this Nuggets team who really hasn't added anybody, but they did lose Bruce Brown. So that just goes to show that the Nuggets are back for more, even though they just won it all. And, final score, 119 to 107. The Nuggets 1-0. Probably, 1-0. They're going to be they might be the 1 seed again this year. I know it's one game, but I just think that Jokic is just so dominant. And the way he makes his teammates better, it's just hard to go away from a team like them. And, that's basically all I have for that game. Lakers, like I said, Christian Wood as well didn't do much. To have him, he's a previous 20-point per game scorer in his career. I just feel like the Lakers should have gotten a true 5, as Christian Wood to me is a 4. I just think Christian Wood is a power forward. And, Lakers. I'm just going to keep talking about the Lakers, but they got some nice additions. I know they did. I just feel like their bench has to mesh. I know they got a whole bunch of new guys. Reddish. Prince is a starter, so Rui, it's going to be weird with Rui, man. I know Rui probably thinks he should be the starter over Prince, and rightfully so. Had a really good playoff run last year. Him and AR had really good playoff runs. I think like both of them should be starters, which AR is, but I know Rui, that might knock his confidence because having a vet and Torian Prince come in and take what should have been your starting spot at the 4 probably. It's kind of demoralizing, but at the same time, I know Rui, he can turn it up as well. And then I saw something about those defensive guys and Peyton, Watson, and Christian Brown. They didn't really have any box score stats, but their defense was on point. I feel like Peyton Watson, who was really good out of high school, he was a one-and-done guy. He was really good in high school. I watched his highlights and stuff. One and done. People were confused as to why, but his potential is there. They just got to keep developing him into what could be. And then Christian Brown as well, you saw what he did in the playoffs last year. He was just ready when the moment came, and when his number was called, he was ready to play and help that team get the ring. So that's all I have on that game as of right now. Like I said, AD, that's unacceptable. I think AD is the best player on the Lakers, but he has to embrace that role. I feel like Darvin Ham has to also instill that in him, that he is the best player on that team. I know LeBron's going to be there, but if they want to win, AD has to lead that team. And as of yet, it's only one game, but AD, as of right now, is not the best player on that team. I know he's going to bounce back next game, but yeah, that's all I have on that game. Now I'm going to go to the game that I actually did watch, which is Suns vs. Warriors. Really good game. So Suns got the win. And really good game, yeah. Like I said, these boys are yelling outside the door. But I'm going to start it off with the Suns. D-Book running the 1. I like it. 32, 8, and 6. I've said this. We've seen Book average 6+ assists as a 2-guard before. And we've also seen Book run the 1 as a youngin in the league. So seeing him run the point guard for this team is going to be very interesting. I'm not gonna be like surprising, but it's gonna be interesting. Suns were without Beal, Warriors were without Draymond Green, so. And for the Warriors to keep it this close, I know KD didn't have the best shooting game, so one might say like it's a first game. KD had 18 and 10, which isn't the typical KD night. KD's usually a 25 point guy. Big game for Okogie, man. Okogie was all over the rebounds, all over the court. Hit a clutch three at the end of the game. Him and Eric Gordon both hit big time threes when the game was within reach for Golden State. Nurkic, I'm telling you, I've been saying Nurkic was the better ad over Ayton, and he's trying to expand his game and his range. And I saw him hit a three yesterday in a midi. He just plays gritty basketball, which is something that Ayton didn't play. I think Ayton was soft. I think Ayton played soft when he was in Phoenix. I felt like Ayton could have easily been 25 point per game big man in the NBA, but he wasn't as aggressive as a guy. Nurkic isn't going to give you 20 and 15, but Nurkic is going to give you 10 to 15 and then 10 to 15, literally. Those are going to be his stat lines, rebounds and points-wise. Grayson Allen, I know I was watching. He just didn't have the bet. He didn't score, so. But I know he's gonna, once he gets into that groove. That was an off night for him. He's a shooter. He knocks down shots. So once he gets into that groove, that'll be good off the bench once Bear Bill comes back. Utah Watanabe had a pretty good game. He was knocking down his threes. They got some shooters, man. They also Eric Gordon as well. He didn't have the best 3-point shooting game, but when it came down the stretch, he was knocking them down. And who is? No, they have one player on their team. His name is Goodwin. What's his name? Jordan Goodwin. He didn't really do much in the box score, but when he came in, he was guarding Steph Curry, Chris Paul full court and playing solid defense. And that's really important for a team like this to have a guy who can come off the bench. Same with Drew Eubanks. Just plays the right style of basketball. He only had 4 points, but he had 8 boards. And he's a good backup big for this squad. I already talked about Eric Gordon. He had 10 and 4. 2 big threes down the stretch. Nasir Little hit a 3 late. So basically, to start the game, Booker was literally cooking. He could not miss. He got taken out for a good chunk of the first half after that, where he had about 12 in the first quarter. Then at half, he had 21. So it's not that he took the foot off the gas or anything. He just wasn't playing. So, but if I'm not mistaken, I think Phoenix went to halftime. Yeah, Phoenix went to halftime up. It was 61 to 46. Yeah, 61 to 46. And the Warriors came out. Warriors have always been a third quarter team. Go back to the 2022 finals. That run where it was questionable if they were going to win the game in the first half, but they came out in the third quarter and made it happen. Yesterday, they were down 15, mind you, at half. I think they went on a run where it was like they went on almost a 30-5 run to start the quarter. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Suns got this one in the bag at halftime, right? So they come out, and I'm just watching the game on the TV. Next thing you know, I look up. I'm just watching. I'm just looking at what's going on. Warriors were up. It was like 70. They had 74, and the Suns had 66 or something along. It was like Warriors were like cooking. They scored 40 in the third to the Suns 19. So Warriors continue the narrative of being a third quarter team, and that's a good thing because You want to come out of halftime with a different look. You want to come out of halftime with better intensity. You want to come out of halftime with a different approach, as if it's 0-0, even though it's not when you're down by 15. But you have to come with a different approach, and that's what they did, and they made it a game. I for sure was doubting. And then in the fourth, the Suns closed it out. I like the addition of CP. He's not going to get you 20 off the bench when Draymond comes back, but he's going to manage it. He can manage a game, and I like that addition. I know he had to play minutes because of Draymond being out, but I want to see what he does. The youngins, man, we keep calling them the youngins like they haven't been in the league for 3 years now. Moody and Kuminga had pretty good games. Moody had 11. Kuminga had 12 and 6. 2 steals. Kuminga is always going to be that guy that when he comes in, he's going to guard the other team's best player that plays on the perimeter. Like, you see him guard KD. You see him guard Booker. That's basically who you're going to see him guard. You're going to see him guard, like, if they had Beal, he would have been guarding Beal. Whoever Coach Kerr puts him on, he's going to come up to something. He is very handsy and aggressive, and that's the style of defense that you got to play now. If they're not calling it, play it. Play hand check. Do whatever you need to do to get the stop. So I really like Kuminga, man. And Moody's going to – I like how he pulls no hesitation, like pulls threes, no hesitation. And Moody as well. Like, these two, I feel like if their games are just polished, because I know Kuminga plays a little out of control sometimes. I feel like Moody has the more polished game, but I feel like Kuminga has the more upside, because Moody's a guy who you can plug and play. He's going to knock down the three. He's going to play defense. He's going to rebound the ball. Kuminga, on the other hand, he's going to slash. He's going to play defense. He's going to rebound the ball. So I think it's a thing about shooting, really. They're going to both bring you solid minutes off the bench. I think those two. And then whenever, I know Brandon didn't play, but I feel like he's going to be a good addition as a youngin. Sarge off the bench as well. I like him. Has some nice buckets, rebounds, blocks, all that good stuff as a big, as their backup. I just feel like the Warriors have always been lacking size ever since they traded Wiseman away. Their big men now are Looney at 6'9", Sarge at 6'10". They need size. Another guy, Gary Payton Jr. Come on, Gary Payton II. He gonna come in. He gonna guard he guards anybody. He's just he's like Kuminga. Like, he guarded KD. He guarded Booker. He comes for the challenge. Wiggins didn't have the best game. Shot 33% from the field, but like Clay as well. I just feel like it's just trying to see where your team is without Draymond, who's also a facilitator. So not having him was pretty huge, to say the least. Squad wasn't really knocking down shots, so you can't really do much about that. Same for the Suns. Like, having a guy like KD who couldn't really get it going was pretty inefficient. It was just the matter of the better team wins in that situation. When both teams are knocking shots down, who comes up at the end and starts to knock them down, and that's what the Suns did. Basically, I feel like these two teams are also going to be top 5. People are saying Warriors aren't even a playoff team. I think they are. They don't even need the firepower. They just play good team basketball. So, yeah, that's basically all I have for you guys today. Before I end this, I want to look at NBA. Again, I'm gonna be watching some games today. And I'm going to give it, today. The Celtics play the Knicks today. That's going to be I got Celtics winning that game. And my boy Ethan, he's from the New York. He has Knicks winning. I have Celtics. Pistons versus Heat. We are without Bogdanovich in Detroit, so that might be iffy, but we never have doubt when it comes to Cade and the guys. So I think Asar is going to get a lot of minutes without having Bogdanovic or even Isaiah Liver. So I think Asar is going to get a lot of minutes on the wing until those guys come back, which is going to be for a long time. So we get to see how Asar fares running the wing. Mavs Spurs. That's at 9:30, so I could be able to watch that game today. Man, there's a lot of games today. Hawks, Hornets, Wizards, Pacers, Rockets, Magic, and then I already talked about this. I already said Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, Nets. Yeah, this is like the real opening day. So I'm probably gonna watch. To be real, I'm gonna watch the Mavericks Spurs game. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow or tonight after, and I'm gonna just post it tomorrow. I'm telling you, with these games coming back, I'm gonna be posting a lot more than I've already been posting because I have content every day almost. So I'm gonna watch. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Mavericks Spurs, and I'm gonna watch Celtics and Knicks today, and then I'll still get the spill on what happened in the other games, but those are gonna be the main two I'll talk about tomorrow. And yeah, I'm very excited, man. This is what I meant to do. Talk about basketball, write about it whenever I get the chance to. And yeah, man. Again, thanks. It's gonna be like I said, shorter. Sometimes shorter is better if you got the quality and quality over quantity. So just all I got for y'all today. I'm so excited that the NBA season is back. You don't understand. I know my voice is pretty mellow today, but it's raining outside, gloomy day. That affects your vibe, not gonna lie. But yeah, tomorrow, expect a video. And yeah, man, like I said, I'm pretty excited. I gotta get my I know I went home over the weekend and I could not get my predictions video out, and that's coming. Trust, I'm gonna get it I keep saying when I'm gonna do it, but I don't do it. Just know it's coming soon. I have to be able to sit down, look at all my stuff, and be able to determine who I think is gonna be this, that, and the third. So it's gonna be a long process, but I'm gonna get it done for y'all. Like I said, thanks again, and I'm out of here.